Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Introducing Literature, Module 3, Literature and Ideology, Lesson 6. We were discussing A Hanging by George Orwell, and we are continuing from where we stopped in the last class. Let us have a quick recap. We have seen that an Indian prisoner is about to be executed. He is taken to the gallows by the warders. The narrator observes that the prisoner never straightens his knees, which indicates the slave like habit of Indians. He also assumes that the prisoner still has a lust for life because the man avoided walking through the water in the ground. The narrator also feels that they are killing a man who has equal claims on the earth like himself. The prisoner is led to the gallows, he prays, then he is executed. We are continuing from paragraph 14. The superintendent made sure that he is dead. He seemed relieved. It was 8 minutes past 8 o'clock. Everyone departed, including the dog. The breakfast was distributed to the convicts. As the hanging is over, everyone seemed relaxed and relieved and felt free. Para 16. The Eurasian jailer came to the narrator and said, when the appeal was rejected, our prisoner pissed or urinated on the floor of his cell in fright. He handed cigarettes to the narrator. The narrator could see several people laughing at what he did not know. A picture showing the life of the prisoners. Paragraph 17. The Dravidian jailer said to the superintendent that everything was fine with this hanging. With one flick, everything was over. Previously, there were cases when the doctor had to pull the prisoner's legs in order to make sure that he was dead. Superintendent agreed that that condition was bad. Para 18. Francis says that sometimes the prisoners become refractory, meaning unmanageable, when they were taken to the gallows. He remembers an occasion when a prisoner clung to the bars of his cage when the warders came to take him. It took 6 warders to carry him from the cell. Para 19. The narrator laughed loudly. Everyone was laughing. Even the superintendent laughed. He invited everyone for a drink. Para 20. When they went through the prison gates, the Burmese magistrate exclaimed, pulling at his legs, and laughed. And all of them laughed again. They all remembered the event told by Francis, that is, about the doctor pulling the legs of the dead prisoner. They all had drinks, native and European alike, in a friendly manner. At that time, the dead was hanging only a few yards away. So that was the end of the narrative. You can see that the narrative is a portrayal of an event in the jail before, during, and after a hanging. The situation tells about various people having power and some others who are powerless. It makes us think about civilized societies' ways of punishing the wrongdoers. Even though we know that the prisoner is a criminal, we feel sympathy for him. Still, the story is presented from the perspective of a white man who observes the whole thing. Irony. You might have heard of irony. Something said in the opposite sense. Utterances and incidents which evoke a response opposite of what one might expect. Such references are called irony. The man who is taken to the gallows avoid stepping foot on water on the ground is an irony. This is called irony. The reason is that the man is taken to the gallows to die within a few minutes. But still, this particular activity shows his lust for life. The warders holding the prisoner to make sure that he is there is another instance of irony. That person is there, but the author says that the warders are holding the person to make sure that he is there. This is an ambiguous statement. So try to answer the following questions, or try to ask yourself the following questions and try to answer. The man was careful not to avoid the puddle. The man was careful to avoid the puddle, that is, water on the ground. Why was he careful to avoid the puddle? Can you identify who is the subject, that is, oppressor, and object, the oppressed in the story? Give your observations about the narrator. What sort of a person is he? Does he have an authority to stop the hanging? Why doesn't he? We have completed the story. Please go through the two previous videos once again and understand the summary of the story. We will move on to another narrative in the next class from the same module. Thank you.